So you're ready to get past procrastination? Well, there are 3 big parts you need to take care of to really soften up this procrastination wall. So watch closely and I'll teach you exactly what to do. Hi, it's Kirk Duncan, and time to have a really good heart-to-heart conversation here about why you procrastinate. You know you do. You catch yourself in that moment where you said you were going to start, and then that moment showed up, and then some great distraction popped up just in enough time so you could procrastinate again. Keep having excuses about why you didn't start is not going to work for you. Sooner or later, you're going to be pretty bummed out and discouraged that you have not made progress. This line of procrastination that you keep coming up against, I think it's time that you now understood what is going on at this line of procrastination. It's costing you money, it's costing you time, it's costing you your sanity. Because as long as you can't keep making progress there, it's going to drive you nuts. You know it's driving you nuts. So let's talk and literally uncover what's going on that's creating this line of procrastination. And I'll share this with you that as soon as you realize what this is, you're going to notice you can actually tell friends and family members what they're doing in their procrastination. And don't worry, you're not alone. There is a majority of people in the world today who face the line of procrastination and they back away from it. They can't even get through it. So I think today's a good day for you to get through it and beyond, so you stand out as a person who literally can create progress in their life. And you can finish the projects you said you were going to do. And more importantly, you can literally live up to what you said you would do. That's called integrity. So let's take a look at the first part about procrastination. One of the first parts has to do with the fact that when you hit this line, one of the reasons why you stop is because you have some unknown parts about what it is you're to do next. You haven't thought about it. You haven't thought this through. And so there's some unknown pieces. Maybe there's some lack of education or lack of knowing exactly what the next step is. So this is where you reach out to people and you find out, what have they done? What are they doing? One of the best ways to make progress in your life, in a particular area of your life, is to talk to somebody who is already making progress in that area. They know what to do. But as long as you have some unknowns, you're not going to move forward. Okay, another big part here is the fact of actually having a plan. To be able to have a plan of what you want to do next really puts it in place that you can see. But if you don't have a plan, what happens is you literally don't know the steps, you don't know what to do next, and now you're actually in a place where it's not only unknown, but without a plan, you don't even know how to talk to people. Now, your plan about how you want to move forward doesn't have to be bulletproof. It doesn't have to be perfect. But at least you need to start somewhere of having an idea, and telling yourself a better story of how this is going to turn out. Because, just imagine you meet somebody who doesn't have a plan and there are unknowns about moving forward. It makes sense that they're stuck at this line of procrastination. It totally makes sense. I was at a store recently, and it's one of those home improvement stores, and right next to the aisle, where you go to check out and buy the stuff you're buying, there's these books, and it's all these different how-to books, like how to build a deck, how to remodel a bathroom. And what's fascinating is as you pick up a book and you start looking through it, because you can see the steps or the instructions, it actually can motivate a guy to want to go remodel his bathroom or go build a deck because it's laid out and there's steps and there's a plan. You're not the only one who has ever hit this line of procrastination, but you could be the only one who's not asking for help. You see, part of procrastination is you're not asking for help. You're not looking into this and seeking out people who are the type of people who just keep moving forward. So if you don't have a plan and you don't know what to do, you need to talk to people. and tell them what your idea is and ask for advice. I notice in myself, whenever I find myself procrastinating, it's a quick signal that I've got to stop trying to figure this out by myself. I need to call someone, text somebody, email somebody, to go somewhere to meet somebody to talk about it so I can work through the unknowns. Then I can start to find out what I need to do, put it into a plan, and now where I'm putting myself in is now I know how this is going to work out. I have a plan of how this is going to work out, and guaranteed this line of procrastination is going to soften up and it's not going to stop me. But there's one more that I think is really going to make a big difference in you in this line of procrastination, is what you are allowing to have happen inside of your head. You see, inside of your head, you have this story that you tell. And if you have a bad story, like moving forward is going to cause a problem, or moving forward is going to cause pain, or moving forward you might lose or fail or be embarrassed by what you're doing. If you've got a bad story inside your head, well, procrastination is going to win every time. You see, us as people, you as a person, you make up stories every day. Every day you make up stories about how the day is going to turn out, how your kids are, how relationships are going. Your mind is constantly making up stories. But what happens is, as an individual, you may not be in control of those stories. You could just have some random talking going on inside your head that has just created these catastrophe stories or these less than desirable stories, and that could be what is causing you to procrastinate. Your own made up bad story. As I've mentored and coached people and find out why they're procrastinating, sure, they can find this, sure, they can get a plan, but this one has got to change. If you don't change the story that you're telling in your head about how this is going to turn out, you're not going to move forward no matter how good your plan is, no matter how well you know what to do. Because if you still think it's going to possibly turn out bad or you possibly could fail, you'll quit. And procrastination is a sampling of quitting. Procrastination is just pre-quit. It sounds weird, but it's like, I'm quitting before I even start. And so this hesitation and procrastination is a signal to you, you got junk in your head. You got stuff in your head that if you made up a story about how this is going to turn out, that doesn't turn out well. Because guess what happens? Guess what happens when somebody has a story about this is going to turn out well? They begin to take action. They begin to move forward. They begin to move. But when you got a bad story, it's all messed up. So how do you do this? How do you change that? Well, I think what you could do is you could actually just sit down with a pad of paper, sit down to your laptop, sit down and literally create a better story. It's you against you. It's your good story against your bad story. And if you don't think you have a bad story in your head, go ahead and try and figure out procrastination in some other way. Go ahead and try and figure out what's holding you up. And you could check this off, but this one's the mean one. This one's the one that beats people up every time. And they don't even know this is going on because it's so deep in their mind, they don't even see it. So I think today's a great day to literally sit still for a moment, get a pad of paper out, and start drawing up or writing down a story that gets you to move. See a better outcome. See how this is going to turn out better. Write the story out of how you want this to work. And that story now becomes something super important that you review every single day when you wake up in the morning. Review it when you wake up, review it before you go to sleep. Get a better story in your head and notice how procrastination loosens its grip on your mind. And it will loosen its grip on your soul. So you can move. I know this. Believe me, I understand procrastination. I've got all kinds of procrastination trophies on my wall from my past. But today, I'm a mover. I make things happen. I make it work so it works because I got a plan, I got a story. That's what you got to do. And as you're trying to figure this out, And you're thinking that that's just it, and other people are going to tell you that right there. But now you know the rest of the story is you got yourself a weird, wicked, bad story in your head. And it's time to change the story. So create yourself a better story, review it in the morning, review it in the evening, and you got yourself a chance to soften up and loosen up that grip of procrastination that's got a hold of you. All right, you know what to do. Make sure you're writing up that story so you can really do something to move through this wall of procrastination. And hey, you could be like the great example of all your family and friends that nothing stops you. And also to help you with nothing stopping you, I'm here to help you if you'd like to have a mentor. Click the link below at 3ke.2/life skills, and I'll help you out in every aspect of your life to keep you moving forward. Click the link below, and I look forward to helping you, working with you to really make a difference in every aspect of your life.